Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the Beyond Bitcoin Show. Today is August the 11th, 2018. Strong hand. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Personal responsibility is a new counterculture. Conviction, unconfiscatable. Okay, guys, I'm coming in from Los Angeles. The Los Angeles event is at 7 p.m. Pacific time tonight. I'm going to get picked up in about 45 minutes to go down there to downtown LA. Hope to see some of you. Remember, check out the links below for all my old shows, disruptmeister.com. Get a Trezor and t-shirts, all linked to below, affiliate codes and all that good stuff. Hey, since this is the Beyond Bitcoin show, we're going to talk about a lot of things that are beyond Bitcoin. So let's start off with a song that has just the best opening riff. I would use it here, but you can't use copyrighted songs on YouTube. All right, so I understand. Okay, anyway, Bring on the Night by the Sting, by the Police. Check it out. I linked to it below. Bring on the night. The opening riff is just great. I wish I could open the show that way. So you can pretend, you can play it and then watch the show. All right. Also, right across the street from where I am staying here in the Hollywood neighborhood of Los Angeles, basically, is the Dr. Phil Studios. No, I'm not making this up at all. Yeah, I'm running and I see the sign for the Dr. Phil Studios. And it's funny because, I make fun of Dr. I think it's ridiculous. It shows how the U.S. culture has just really devolved in many different ways. And I pointed it out in other Beyond Bitcoin shows before. The funny thing is they're recording on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And if you didn't have to wait over there and be there for a long period of time, and if you didn't have to wear a collared shirt, I think it would be hilarious to go. I think it would be an experience, but you got to be there for like 6 hours or something ridiculous. If you had to be there an hour, I would check it. I would do it. I would sit in the studio audience just to say that I did it, and just so I could come back. I mean, that would be a pretty hilarious story. And if I got to wear my Bitcoin shirt, but again, there are some very strict rules. I actually read all the rules, and no way I could really go over there. But it is literally across the street from where I'm staying here in Los Angeles and Hollywood. All right, check out disruptmeister.com. As I said before, we had a great This Week in Bitcoin yesterday. Oh my God, Blake Anderson was on it. All sorts. It was. These guys hadn't been on for a long time. The dudes that were on. So, yes. So, I hear people. I stumble upon videos on YouTube telling people how to improve their resumes, building a resume. All right, let's make that outdated, people. That should be outdated. You gotta work for Bitcoin, people. Bitcoin doesn't need a resume. It doesn't require you make out a resume. But at the same time, if you work for yourself in any field, you don't need a resume. First of all, think of it this way. Now, if you apply at some corporation, or maybe not even a corporation, a nonprofit or whatever, a smaller company. I was about to say big corporation, smaller company. Computers read the resumes now, like artificial intelligence reads it. And they just look for keywords. So basically, you're just a cog in a machine. Do you really want to be part of that? Work for Bitcoin, work for yourself, come up with some ideas, be in motion. Don't worry about building your resume like, oh, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z just to build my resume, or I'm going to include this keyword on my resume, even though I didn't have anything to do with it. Get real life experiences that make you a better person. Save money so you can work for yourself and so you don't have to work in this rat race. Develop a lifestyle where you can be semi-retired or whatever. Save instead of build a resume. Come on, this is, I do hope that one day resumes will be a thing of the past. At least for 20%ers, they will. 80%ers, are going to keep, there's going to be a lot of mindlessness for years to come, thanks to 80%ers, because they outnumber the 20%ers. Okay, so this is a bigger topic. A lot of people in the cryptocurrency space, well, a lot of people in the who comment in the crypto. I don't know if they actually hold any Bitcoins. They might be no coiners. They might just be guys who comment in the comments section or just doom porners in general. So many people are just want everything to constantly be delayed, enjoying the drama, the lead up to something. And Human MGTOW kind of explains this in one of his latest videos. A lot of people just can't stand a conclusion, a simple conclusion that is not fancy at all. They want bullets flying and loud noises. They want a mystery. They want a conspiracy. Sometimes there's simple answers to things, people. And just some people want to live in these magical worlds and just extending these dreams, but they're not real dreams. They're not actually dreaming of being in motion. They're just dreaming of extending this like adventure that they're living through someone else. People want to live in an adventure comic book where they pretend there's a big boogeyman controlling destiny. Only you control your destiny, people. Okay, you control your destiny. Don't scapegoat people. Don't. Again, personal responsibility is the new counterculture. And on that note, I mentioned this in another video. And again, I said in this space there are a lot of people who constantly, are in this paradigm. But it's beyond this space. It's guys a lot of guys on the internet in general. I shouldn't say in the cryptocurrency space, although there are some in the cryptocurrency space. But I've encountered them here. But anyway, going on this, scapegoating and creating these mysterious adventures where there's someone else is controlling your destiny. Andy Hoffman called out this BS doom and gloom stuff in a tweet that I linked to below. He said, "Hey, Lord Rothschild and Tyler Durden for promoting this crap. Go F yourself and buy some Bitcoin if you are so worried." There you go. For people who like to, go come up with the Rothschilds, can control everything. The Rothschilds keeping me down. There are no Rothschilds, A. B, you're keeping yourself down. Buy some Bitcoin and shut up, basically. You can complain if you want to be a no coiner, but if you're listen to what Andy said there, he's got a point. Okay, B Rock sent $5 in the super chat. He said, "Tired of playing the game. Sold all my alts and moved Bitcoin to cold storage. 2020, 2024, 2028, 2032. Sounds like a quarterback. Although I don't watch football anymore. Pound that like button." Thank you, S Rock. And those are all years, excuse me, B Rock. Those are all years of halvings in the future. And you guys should know what the Bitcoin halving is. If you're in this space here, in the cryptocurrency space, really important, saving and all that stuff. Okay, here is a hilarious comment I saw underneath of a Ben Shapiro video. And it's about Alex Jones, actually, because Ben Shapiro does not like Alex Jones at all. But he was saying, Alex Jones shouldn't be censored. Alex Jones has the right to say what he wants to say. So Alex Jones got kicked off of a lot of different social media platforms, all to say, you probably heard about this. And the quote is this from the comment section: "Banning someone that believes in a globalist conspiracy from every major platform simultaneously. I see absolutely no possible way this could backfire." Oh, God, it's so good. So, yeah, again, they're just feeding Alex Jones's conspiracy, that he got kicked off all these things in one day. Totally feed his premise, his theory about how there is a globalist conspiracy and they're all attacking him on one day. Clearly there was some Twitter was nice. It's not mentioned, but Twitter was fine. They kept Alex Jones and stuff. Again, these are all virtue signaling corporations who want to appeal to 80%ers, and they go with the flow, and so they get rid of Alex Jones. And if you want to make a difference, people, boycott the companies that banned Alex Jones, or send Bitcoin out. Tell Alex Jones to get on Steam, and tell Alex Jones to get on D Live. Pump up these other platforms like Steam and D Live, okay? And for that matter, get Ben Shapiro on these things also. Be in motion. Alex Jones, Ben Shapiro, be in motion. Get some backups here. But yeah, you guys can just say, it was a globalist conspiracy that kicked him off. It's the end of the world. Oh no, Alex Jones is fit. No, it's not that. There's other options out there. First of all, he's still on Twitter, but get him on Steam, get him on D Live, be in motion. And they have to, you know, this is all playing in Alex Jones's hand real nice. I actually, I didn't link to it, but in the Austin newspaper, it said Alex Jones is still getting the same amount of views on his website and everything. This is just putting his name out there. If he knows business, he'll know how to make this for his benefit. This situation will help him somehow. Again, he could be the biggest person on BeLive right now. If he'd be the hero of the world with cryptocurrency, if he did something with cryptocurrency right now, because he is a big name, like him or hate him. Again, Ben Shapiro should do the same thing. Should do, even though he hasn't been kicked off anything, he's totally different than Alex. Ben Shapiro is a legit, you know, doesn't go wild with these conspiracies. Ben Shapiro is not a conspiracy theorist. I mean, who knows if Alex Jones really is how serious? I mean, Alex Jones believes some of these things. Oh, who cares? Who cares? Good luck to everyone. Good luck. Most people don't. Oh, here, forgot about this. This is a good thing. You guys heard that when I got to Los Angeles the other day, on Thursday, I ended up on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, just south of it on Vine, actually. The Walk of Fame actually goes down Vine also. It's on Hollywood and it's on Vine. It might be on Highland also. I know the Trump Star is near Highland and Hollywood. I thought it was on Hollywood. Maybe it's on Highland. Anyway, no one's going to care. So I told my mom that, you know, I saw Dean Martin's star on Vine, and I took a picture of it, and I sent it to her because my grandmother and my mom liked Dean Martin from back in the day. And then my mom emails me back, and this is a comment, by the way, this is about being healthy and preserving your memory and how you can live, if you've got a good memory, you don't need to be around a lot of people. You can live off of those memories. Not live it, but enjoy the memories. Enjoy the memories. They can be very vivid. So I tell my mom, hey, you know, I saw the Dean Martin star, and she emails me back. She's like, well, you know, 49 years ago, I was at that same exact spot when I was with my uncle and my aunt. And I later heard that on that same day, right nearby in the Hollywood Hills, Charles Manson sent those people to kill all the wealthy people or whatever, you know. It was August the 9th that August 9th, 1969. My mother was at the Dean Martin star, but later that night or earlier, whatever, she later found out that Charles Manson committed those atrocities or got other people to commit those horrific atrocities on that day in 1960. So my point in sharing all this is it is funny that my mother and I were at the same spot 49 years ago, 49 years apart. It's great. My mom's like, not at all. Well, I mean, she's older than I am. She's not like my grandma's age. Like my grandmother is, my grandmother's 95. So that's my mom's mom. Anyway, and my mom is not the oldest in her family. So the point is my mom doesn't drink. She doesn't do drugs. She doesn't smoke. She eats pretty well. I eat better than my mother, but she's got a memory like that. My memories, I can come up with dates that I was different places. I know I was in I actually visited Los Angeles on August the 2nd of 2014. I can tell you also. So the point is be healthy, eat healthy, don't smoke, don't drink, don't do drugs. And when you're older, you'll be able to share these great memories with people. And I've mentioned this before that, you know, a lot of my friends and we're all doing completely different things right now. I don't need to be around my friends because I can think back to 10 years ago, the things we were doing. And I'm like, no, I don't need to call my friend right now. I'd bother him. He's got a kid. It's very important to preserve your memories. And I think that unhealthy lifestyles could destroy people's memories. So Colonel Swan Jr., $5 he just sent. Thank you very much. And again, thank you beforehand for who sent it. B. Ruck sent the other one, but Colonel Swan Jr., thanks to both of you. Do you know of an organization or person to whom I can send Bitcoin to help people in Venezuela? Yeah, Maximo has been on the show before. Maximo's Twitter account. Go back to my July 4th show. My July 4th show, it's in the archives, disruptmeister.com. There's a link to Maximo's Twitter there. Contact Maximo and ask him that question. He will be able to guide you, Colonel Swan Jr. And he's actually hopefully going to work with what's his face? what's a JW Weatherman and Mathbot.com. They might try to get Bitcoin into Venezuela that way through the children or something. Again, they want people to earn it. Just contact Maximo. Check out the July 4th show. Everyone check out the July 4th event. It was a special Venezuela show. It was a really, really awesome show. Jaime and Maximo and Gabriel were all on it, and they're Venezuelan guys. Okay, most people don't want to be adults. Yeah, I would say most people don't want to be true adults. Yeah, they want the government, they want other people to take care of them. Personal responsibility is a new counterculture. So 80% of the people, they're not in the personal responsibility. They don't know what it means to be true adults. Okay, speaking about 80%ers, this is something a quote I read before from Thinking Ape. They are there for the show rather than the content of the show. Yeah, there are a lot of people like that just they want to see a show on. They don't want to learn. They just want to see it do crazy things. So outrage culture. How dare Trump do this? How dare that New York Times woman say something about white people? How dare, and then you spend so much time on this outrage culture. It's a waste of time, people, and half of it is mindless. If you find yourself getting caught up in outrage culture, take a few steps back. Again, it's all right to make some comments on the culture. I think things have gotten to a ridiculous level, but you gotta be in motion. You cannot get stuck in the outrage culture because it is mindless at a very base level, and you just get caught in circles arguing with people. You won't be in motion, you won't be productive. So back to last week, wealth inequality. Wealth inequality is BS, basically. It's envy. You should try to be happy. Who cares what Bill Gates is making? And again, the bottom 20% in the US, in the Western world, is not poor. I mean, go to Africa if you want to see poor, okay? I mean, in the USA, the bottom 20%, I mean, they're living like kings. They've got credit cards. They can go into debt. They can get Section 8. They can get this, that, and I mean, air-conditioned cars, all sorts of stuff, all right? They're not, poor is, go to Africa if you want to see poor. So again, are you happy? If you're in the bottom 20%, are you happy with yourself? That's what you should be happy. You should be happy. You shouldn't get jealous. You shouldn't have envy of other people, and don't worry about what other people are making, and then try to, vote in. You see that there you go with that democracy is mob rule with a suit on. You're envious of someone else making more money, so you vote. You want to tax them so you can get their money. No, you won't be happy. Still, you just be getting these mindless possessions. That, I mean, again, and you still won't realize that with all these mindless possessions, you're in a lot better shape than a poor person in Africa and Asia and so many different places. All right. But yeah, wealth inequality is BS. So go a week. This is a hard challenge here. Go a week or a day without clicking on, some type of time period that's substantial, without clicking on YouTube suggested videos. Navigate your own way. Now, again, YouTube does do some good things. I mean, some of the videos, it'll shoot up after this video. It will be related ones. But at the same time, you're not using your own mind. You're letting YouTube guide you. And that is very interesting because they only select certain videos. There are a whole lot of different videos out there on different subjects. I mean, if you're watching a video on the solar system, they're going to send you to the solar system videos they want you to go to. There are a lot of other guys making videos about the solar system. So try to navigate your own way, search in it's a lot easier to click on there. So you see a title that's, it's a clickbait title and you just click on it. And try to do some other stuff. I've tried here and there before. It's interesting. Search YouTube for a keyword and then pick some content creator on the third page. I don't know. It's interesting. You find some interesting things out there sometimes. Or another thing you can do is, again, if you're on Twitter, you've got the people you follow on Twitter that you trust, that sometimes they'll just shoot out a YouTube video. Click on that. That's not some mindless machine picking it out for you. That is someone who's thought about it that you're familiar with picking it out for you. Again, it's not you picking it out for you yet, though, but it's on the way. So there's a video by Economic Invincibility, who I mentioned last week. It's about public schools are too dangerous for children. I think he went to public school. I did not go to public school. Thank God. And yeah, some of these public schools are, I mean, they're the peer pressure, the bullying, the guns, the this, the that, the other, the violence. I don't know how anyone can send their kids to government schools in the Western world. I don't know how you can do it. Take personal responsibility, homeschool, or don't have the kids in the first place. If you can't, if you got to send them to these they make monsters in these factories, in these places. They're factories for monsters. I use the term factory. These people aren't learning anything. The internet is out there now where you can homeschool your kids. And again, it takes a certain confidence in yourself in order to not enroll your kids in what everyone else is doing. But you form your own communities. And again, they're private schools also. Private schools are good. But some private schools aren't too good either. There's a lot of peer pressure. There's a lot of brainwashing. I mean, go to religious schools. If you're Jewish, send your kid to a Jewish school. There's some good Jewish schools. From the time I was, in preschool until middle school, until 5th grade, I was in a Jewish day school also, which was great. And then I went to another private school from 6th to 12th grade. But again, I'm making suggestions. The point is public schools are, oh my God, I don't know how anyone can do it in this day and age. All right, Tony Robbins, a BTC to the moon, tweeted this out a while ago. He copied me on it. It's a picture of Tony Robbins. I've got fans out there who are friends and fans and guys that are in motion who watch this show who really like Tony Robbins. And here's a quote, and this is the tweet you'll see. A real decision is measured by the fact that you've taken a new action. If there's no action, you haven't truly decided. Pound that like button, dude. I like that one. Be in motion, Tony Robbins. I like that, dude. I like that. I don't know him that well, but I like that quote that they shared. Okay. All right. But, a lot of times we talk about, fighting the machine and everything. We should all form a group to fight on the machine, the 80%ers. Nah, that's it now. A bunch of individuals individually fighting for the same cause. I like that. But it's not planned. It's just a bunch of individuals who believe in the right thing to do are doing the right thing. And thus they're doing their part to fight the people who are doing maybe the wrong things, the mindless things. Bitcoin is going your own way that happens to be basically the same way, okay? So if you're an individual, you get into Bitcoin, some other individuals go into Bitcoin, you've done it for different reasons, you're kind of going the same way, but you're not saying, hey, let's all just do it together. And by going into Bitcoin, you're fighting, against having your money you're doing it for yourself. It's insurance. It's unconfiscatable. So you don't get into a situation where someone takes your wealth away from you. So that's an example of a bunch of individuals fighting for the same cause, but if 20%ers are mostly individualists, and if they have to take on the 80, we don't want people to be collectivists. We want to take on the 80% collectivists, but we're having separate shots. We're taking separate shots at the collectivist model by being individualists, hitting them in different parts. If we all band together, if all the 20%ers came together and said, we're a collective, we're going to go after the 80%, it wouldn't work at all. We'd be defeated because we would be collectivists at that point. We would have formed the collectivists and tried to enforce a strict rule. Okay, we are now an army to go against the 80%ers. We do it this way. No, we would have become them, like the pigs in Animal Farm, when the pigs became the humans. We don't want to become collectivists. We want to go our own way. We're going to fight our own battles and just do our things our own. We're generally individualist. A lot of individualists have things in common, and that is awesome. And we can all be friends, but we're not going to tell the other individualists, you have to be this way to be part of this collective, because then you defeat the whole purpose of individualism. Remember, collectivism is the default. Where individualism you have to work toward, and 20%ers there. All right. I was thinking about how the average suburban couple with a McMansion probably spends more on their pets, their dogs or cats, than I do on myself. Than I do on myself for like clothes and food. I mean, maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but think about it. You hear these people complaining about how they have no spare cash, how they're in debt. I mean, maybe they should stop, treating their doggy with the best dog food in the world. Maybe they shouldn't have gotten a darn dog in the first place. Getting their dog clothes, it costs money to going to the vet, all these crazy things. Take personal responsibility. If you're getting an animal, think about it long and hard. It's going to cost you. It's a 10 to 15 year commitment, maybe more than that. It costs a lot, and then you got single guys like me who literally, I mean, on food and clothing, I don't spend more than a person does. Certain people, some of these McMaster people do on their dogs. Total bill for their dogs. Interesting point. All right. Watch This Week in Bitcoin. Pound that like button. It's all below. Last week, I forgot to say something that what's his name? I forgot his darn name. The guy. What's his name? Brooke. I want to call him Yair Brooke. It's not Yair Brooke. It's Yaron Brooke. Yair is a guy I know for real life. All right. He was talking about how a lot of people are against high CEO pay and how they're just yelling about it. Oh, CEOs don't deserve to make that much money. It's a private company, dude. Who cares how much they make? If you've got a problem with it, buy stock and attend a shareholders meeting and propose a different pay scale for the freaking CEO, okay? Because they're paying him that much because he's earning it. He is helping it. He's helping the shareholders make money. All right, he's helping the corporation make money. All right, if you don't feel that's right, otherwise it's just a bunch of virtue signaling and people trying to fit in, screaming about CEO pay. It's none of your business unless you're part of the business, unless you're a shareholder. Go buy some shares, dude. All right, so I'm going to be speaking in Los Angeles in an hour. I'm being picked up in 15 minutes. I'll be speaking in Philadelphia next Saturday, August 18th. That is linked to below. Los Angeles event is also linked below. If you're watching this in LA right now, click on it. I'll see you tonight. I'm Adam Meister, Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Check out the notes section below. Los Angeles. I'll see you in a second. Bye-bye.